Okay, so we talked about inline styles, and now we're going to talk about embedded styles. So here I have this inline style that's in line with my H1 element. And what I want to actually do is I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to show you how to do embedded styles and then explain to you how the actual cascade works of style sheets. Okay, so embedded styles require that you use, ironically enough, the style element. So yes, we used the style attribute when we're using inline styles, and there's also an element called style that we're going to use to create our embedded styles. So the style element belongs inside the head element, and so as I had previously stated, I always open and close my tags so I don't forget. So whatever I put within this element here is going to be my properties and my declarations of what I want to accomplish. And there's a good diagram on page 77 of your text if you want to take a look at that. So first of all, you have to state to the browser that's parsing this code what tag you want to affect, or what element. So that's called the selector. So in this case down here, when we were using the style attribute, we were working with the H1 element. So in the same sense, if I want to have an embedded styles here, I could make some rules that apply to this H1 element, and then it's going to affect any H1 element within my entire page of the embedded style. So embedded styles only pertain to the page of which they're embedded. Okay, so just for an example to show you how the cascade works, I'll just put a quick code here. Now, when you're writing CSS syntax, it's quite different. So yes, when you're using the style attribute, you have to kind of adjust things with that declaration, the colon, the space, and then the value. And then when you're using multiple values, to separate those by the semicolon. So with that said, first you identify what selector element that you want to change the formatting for, and then you always follow that by a space. And then this time you're actually going to use these little squiggly bars, and sometimes people stack them. So remember, we're an ASCII text editor, so it does not matter if I hit enter on that level, okay, to be able to separate things, as long as I have my spacing proper. So in this case right here, to show you the cascade, I'm going to go ahead and tell this that that I want the color of the text to be yellow. Okay, and so basically here I have my opening bracket, my closing bracket, and then my my declaration value. Okay, so you would think that because I've told in this rule, okay, H1 element, I want the color of the text to be yellow, you're going to think that the color of the text would be yellow. But what I've done is I've refreshed, and what you can see is that this color is still blue. And the reason for that is because down when I have created my inline style, that color blue is closest to the element. So the coding that's closest to the element is the rule that will be overwritten. Okay, so in other words, if I have a rule that's in line on an element, that is going to be the deciding rule if I have multiple rules within my web page. So even though I have styles declared embedded up here, any style attribute that is closest to the element is going to take precedence of that. So if I take out this color blue of my inline style, then you're going to be actually able to see that the embedded style will take place and change my text to yellow. So in this circumstance right here, I'm just coding something for a one-time occurrence, but by embedding my styles, I can code multiple occurrences. So I could say, oh, any paragraph tag, I want the background color of all my paragraphs to be, let's say, blue. And then I just use my little squiggly lines with my spacing. So so now any paragraph element within this entire body of my document will now take on the characteristic of the background color of blue. So if I save this and refresh, I can see that nothing happens because I'm not using any p tags in this file. However, if I go ahead and add some text with a p tag, then what's going to happen is the embedded style is going to get picked up here and make the background color of this paragraph element blue. So I can have multiple styles set up here. So that's a little bit about inline and embedded styles, and if you want to go ahead and check out the next video, I'll get into external style sheets.